I've made it, my lovers, I'm here. Oh, it's a lovely day. Oh, I can't see a rain cloud anywhere. No, I can see a long way. Not a single rain cloud. Right, I've got a really good signal here. I've dug it out already, but it was a bit unusual that one way it was a low high, and the other way it was like a screech, but it's like a vertical screech. So I think I might dig a few more of those vertical screeches, because I've got a coin, woohoo, on my first hole with the GPX 5000, the beast. Oh, it's drying up a bit already. We're about a foot down. Right, I'm going to put you on my little stand, on my chest rig, and we'll have a look at this coin together. Here she blows. Looks quite old, quite thinnish. I can feel a bit of a bump just there. Right, I wonder if it's Roman, because I'm on the Roman field where I found that pig. Where I found, oh, I can see a head looking to the right. Yeah, a head looking to the right. Could be Roman. That spikes there on the top of his head. You see them spikes? Is that spikes on the top of his head, just along there? Right, let's have a look at this side. Right, I'm going to give it a rub on the magic trousers, and we'll see if I can see anything. It's looking iffy. Don't know. His head looking. His sort of head looking upwards. It's a bit odd. I think it might just be George II or first. Looks like some sort of creature there in the middle, though. Can you see that? Like a creature. Right. Might be Roman. On to the next. Oh, I thought I had another signal underneath that coin. But it turned out to be a Roman hobnail boot. No, not a boot. The nail that goes into the boot. So a Roman hobnail. Right, lovely jubbly. On to the next. But one of the things I've just found down this hole was a bit of flat iron. Now I always find flat iron with the CTX, so that's not a great big shame. It just rings up nice. But one of the most interesting thing I found is that when those Roman soldiers came over here, you know, the one that had the boar as their emblem, they came over here to fight the Welsh in a battle near Usk, which is just across the Severn Bridge. And look what I just found. A piece of slag. Looks like it's got charcoal embedded in it. And maybe some lime. So that could be slag from when they were forging the weapons ready for the big battle with the Welsh. Right, I just thought I'd show you that, because it could be part of history. On to the next. Oh, I just managed to find this. Now, there was a lot of rubbishy signals around it, but this one signal sounded smooth. Just a small area where it sounded a little bit smoother than the other signals about. And there's a bit of copper in there, or bronze. A bit of iron with it. But it just sounded a little bit more smoother. Yeah, a bit of copper or bronze. Just a touch. So yeah, I'm getting used to this machine. Look, that's got metal in there. Right, on to the next. Right, I got this signal here, and I put in some heel marks. So one there, one there, one there, one there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dig around those heel marks, and the theory is that the target is going to be dead in the middle. That's my thinking. This is my strategy for getting it exactly where it's supposed to be. Because look, because you move around and the signal moves. I'll show you. Oh. See, the signal can move. It moves, which is very bizarre. So we'll dig it out and we'll see what it is. Right, as you can see, it's somewhere around about here. Oh. Right. Yeah, it's definitely there somewhere. Right. I will now try and dig it out. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a piece of flat iron with a curve to it. Typical. That was giving me a goodish signal. Anything like flat iron or any kind of like nail that's bent, and it'll give you a reasonably good signal. Well, until I've mastered this machine. I was digging out flat iron with the CTX, so it's not too bad. On to the next. But as you can see, my pinpointing is gradually improving. Soon I'll be able to put it right on the spot. I'm in a very difficult location here. There's a lot of noise in the ground. Of course, this machine can see a lot deeper than the CTX. And you're picking up metals deeper down, so the ground is looking far more jumbled than it is. Well, it is jumbled. Not that it is. I'll show you. Now, for those who heard a good signal in there somewhere, I couldn't hear it because I ain't got my headphones on, and this has got no external speaker. They're quite expensive, the external speakers. I've got one I plug into the onto the tripod, but it's, you know, it's just so that you can hear it. It's not a very good speaker. The actual speakers that they sell with this Minelab are quite pricey, and I haven't found anywhere in the UK where you can buy them. Right, I'm having trouble finding targets, so what I'm going to do is I've just marked out another 5x5 metre grid. Here's the old one. There's all the holes. You're getting washed away now by the rain we've been having. Lots of heavy rain. It'll gradually wash away all the mud and it'll be back to normal in no time. So that's what I did. Now here's the next grid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dig every single signal. And because as you heard, there's a lot of rubbish in the ground. Oh, I might need a few jars of ale after today. Well, this is my first target from way down in there. And it's one of these, and it looks vaguely familiar. Is that part of a hobnail? Is that what their boots went into? And this is the hobnail here. And like maybe it had a little bracket or something went in as well. Is that Roman? Answers on a postcard or post below. On to the next. I dug that big hole. Let's measure it on the spade. Ugh. Yeah, 1.5 feet deep, because I measured the mark. Look, put the mark there, 1.5 feet. That's a foot inside. So it's 1.5 feet deep. And it turned out to be, I'll put it down now. Where have I put it down to? Ah, there it is. A tiny little hobnail. But as I was digging the hole and getting increasingly knackered, I found some interesting things. Right, first interesting thing is this piece of stone here. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but that edge has been carved, rounded off, look. It's definitely been done that. So that's any archaeologist watching. Perhaps you could tell me why it's been carved off. Maybe it's a sharpening stone or something. And this here, this is even more interesting. Is this where it's starting to see it curving up here? This thick piece of tile. See how it's starting to curve up there? It doesn't seem to be curving anywhere else. Could this be a piece? See the lines? You've got these lines in it as well. You see the lines? Could this be a piece of Roman roof tile? Because they used to have this sort of bucket shape like that. Sort of went down and up like this. And then they had the other ones up the other way, so they would sort of fit together. So they'd have one under and one over. Sort of bucket shape. Is this the starting of the curving up of the bit that comes up? I'll have to check it out on the net later and look up Roman roof tiles. Because, you know, roof, that means there's a building here. I'll probably dig a hole in a minute and find a mosaic floor. Right, on to the next. Oh, I found something, and I don't think it's Roman. Is it Roman? It don't look Roman to me. I think it'd have a lot of air bubbles in the glass if it was really old. That looks vaguely Victorian. Yeah, I don't think that's Roman. And there's a little line around the rim. See it? Let's get some light on it. There we go. Yeah. It curves in slightly. Perhaps it's a Roman glass vase for very small flowers. Right, on to the next. Right, I can make an observation. I've started digging holes in this grid. And one thing I can tell you is the previous grid had a lot more bits of Roman pottery in it. So that's one good thing about doing grids, is the amount of information that you can get from doing it, is that this grid over here, I can't walk too far because I'm tethered to the machine. It is a right pain, it is, I can tell you, being tethered. Makes you feel like a little kid again. There was a lot more pottery in the holes that I dug here. than this next grid over. So I would say if there is a building round here, then the first grid is more than likely to be there. So if I do get some archaeologists in, we'll be able to pinpoint with almost certain accuracy the point where the building might be, if there is a Roman villa or whatever here. That's one good thing about doing grids. Hello! One of the things I found the other day when I came out and forgot me SD card to put my camera so I couldn't make a film was this. A rock. But not just any old rock. Look at that. That has been worn smooth by somebody using it for some purpose. If you look very carefully, there are lines going across. So I think, see, it's circular, look. I think this is what they call a quernstone or a grinding stone. Now I've looked up similar stones on the database, and there are Roman ones that look like this. So it must have carried on going. See that it's sort of squared off there? So I'm thinking that it went all the way around, and in the centre was maybe a wooden block on an axle. So whether it was used for sharpening swords, ready for the battle against the Welsh, or just for use for grinding corn for eating, I don't know. But it does seem flat there, and then you can see it going round. So I reckon this is some sort of sharpening stone or grinding stone. What do you think? I reckon that's really cool. There's a bit of a curve inside. Right, let's see if we can find some more. Woohoo! Oh, I don't like the look at those clouds rolling in on the distance. They're looking a bit stormy. And they said it's going to pour down with rain later. So I better head off to the pub before it starts piddling down. Right, I'm afraid that's it, me lovers. I'm cream crackered. I've tidied up as best I can, but when it starts tipping down with rain, that'll wash away most of this mud. Now it amazes me that there's hardly any pottery here in this grid, and only this grid over here had tons of pot in it. I'll show you the pottery. I've placed it over here. So lots of bits of, put it on this stone here, lots of bits of Roman pot. There's a base, there's a lovely bit of pottery there, a bit more there, look. Got a bit of a curving edge to that bit, got lines on it. Oh, there's a nice Roman nail, and a few more bits here, and that bit there I found. So yeah, there was loads of bits in this grid, and yet none in the grid I've just done. And of course this was the grid where I found the boar. So what I have to do next time is I might have to do a grid over on this side. I might have to come in here with my strimmer and chop down all these nettles, or so I can get the farmer to do it. And look, where these sheep have been eating the nettles. Do you think it stings their mouths? Can't be very nice. Yeah, I reckon I'd get in here and do this grid next time, part of it. I reckon I could do at least some of it, apart from this bunch here. I might have to avoid that. Right. Oh, that's it, me lovers. I am cream crackered. I've dug loads of holes and I am shattered. Didn't find much today, but I'm still enjoying the machine. I'm digging lots of holes, finding loads of interesting things, like not just metal but pottery, maybe a roof tile. There might be a villa just here. Oh, fantastic. And I'm really enjoying myself with the GPX 5000, the beast. Taking a bit of time getting used to it, but you know, it takes time to get used to any machine. So I'll be heading back out this way, probably not tomorrow because I'm going to pedal down, probably the day after. Cheers!
Gently drops the rain. I have never had but one true love. In greenwood he lies slain.